Good morning. Hi, I'm Walt Bartman, and I'm the founder director of the All Barn Studio at Glen Echo. And today we are going to be interviewing one of our very interesting instructors. This is a course that is very unique. It has to do with a ballerina teaching painting. So this morning I want to introduce you to Honorata Perzanowska. And I think working with her, she's in Poland. So I want you to understand that our faculty is quite unique. We have artists from all over the world teaching for us. And this is a very special one because uniquely, I don't know of any other program in the country where we have a ballerina teaching painting. So good morning, Honorata.
Hello, hello. Thank you for a nice introduction. Yeah,
Well,
I'm in Poland.
it's a pleasure having you. And I think the thing that I want to do today is just make everyone familiar with who you are. And, this way, people will be interested in signing up for your classes. So what I'm going to ask you is a few questions, but the first one is just about yourself. How did you become a dancer? And then how did you become involved in teaching painting?
Yeah. So first, maybe how did I become a dancer? First, I think before I was a dancer, I became a performer. And this is a little story about me because my parents had orchards on the yard, like a lot of trees, like apple trees, cherry trees, pear trees, a lot of flowers. So I grew up with the trees, and I was climbing on them, I was dancing on them. And my father he liked gardening, and he used to clip the hedge and a lot of different shapes, and all of the plants, all of the trees he used to clip like in a lot of unusual shapes. And when I saw them, I was like, what kind of thing is this? This is the tree, this is the plant, this is the installation, or this is the sculpture. What is this? And in every summer he used to do that, and he used to walk on his hands upside down around these trees, and I was climbing on these trees. So that was brilliant performance. You should see that. That was really, really great. And my mom signed me for a dance class when I was 9. She also wanted me to be pianist because she play on the piano. She sing very cheerful songs every morning, but I couldn't stay still on the piano lessons. So we stick with the dancing, and my mom signed me for ballroom dancing, which I did many years. Over time, I tried a lot of different dance styles like contemporary, musical dance, jazz dance, ballet, video clip dance, hip hop. And also I used to study in Opus Ballet School in Florence, but that was later. So this is how I become a dancer. And the second question was when I started to have first interest about a painting, right? So first interest about the painting I had in 2018 when I came to Florence for very first time and to study in Opus Ballet School, to study dancing. And I saw a beautiful city, Renaissance city, which is like a gold mine for painters, for artists. And I saw Michelangelo work, Leonardo da Vinci, Botticelli. And I am not a painter by myself, but I found a lot of passion for learning about painting. And I was running around the museums almost every day, and I was hanging around with the painters. And after 1 year, something clicked in my head, and I realized that I do not have to follow a given dance style. Like I have to do right now contemporary dance, or I have to do musical dance or modern. I can create whatever shape, whatever color, whatever speed, or whatever rhythm I want. And that was a big step for me, and that worked very well. I made a dance etude called Red, and my students where my students represented the color red on the stage, that presented the mood that color bring. And I think learning about the painting gave me a lot of inspiration for this. And I think when you learn something from your teachers, it's very easy to start to, by accident, to start to copy somebody. And what give you learning about other art, if you are a dancer and you are learning about the painting, or when you are a painter and you learn about the dancing, or about the theater, when you learn more about more arts that give you more freedom, more creativity, and yeah. And after Florence, my interest about the painting didn't stop. I saw the King Tut exhibition in London in 2019 in Saatchi Gallery. I was in Met Gallery in New York. I saw the National Gallery of Art in Washington and Phillips Collection in Washington. And I was in Biennale in Venice this year in 2022. And also I would like to mention the piece Lady with the Ermine by Leonardo da Vinci, which is based in Krakow in Poland.
That's very interesting, and it's very inspiring to hear that. You know, I think we all, I mean, myself being a painter, I feel that the art really needs to be both, you know, the visual, but it also has to have poetry, dance, and music in it. And you know, as an artist, I'm sure you experience that and you feel the same way. I think you know, this is one of the things that I feel the arts really communicate, and that they are connected. So, what's your course about that you're teaching?
I learned from a ballerina how to paint movements. In this course, I will present a series of interactive exercises. I will do lectures about the different styles of painting, and lectures about the color, speed, rhythm, gesture, and improvisation. And I will talk about the connections between painting and dancing. And we will do some yoga exercises as well.
Yeah, that's going to be great. I think that we've already had. How many courses have you taught at the Yellow Barn with your dance?
How many courses workshops I did?
Yeah, so far, yes.
We did one online, and also we did some dancing projects not online when I was in Glen Echo. So two projects together.
Well, you know, this is, I'm going to share the screen real quickly. I have a little slide that I want to show the group. So we're going to get back to you here in 1 second, but let me see if I can share the screen, because I want to show you something that's very similar to what we have going on at the Yellow Barn. This was Martha Graham. Do you know Martha Graham?
Of course,
Yeah.
yes.
And you know, she was influenced by this painting.
Yeah.
This is the Kandinsky. So as a young dancer who had just left the Denishan company in the early 1920s to strike out on her own, Martha Graham was once returning to her home in California after a trip to the East.
Yeah.
Stopping in Chicago, she went to view a private art collection and saw for the first time a painting by Vasily Kandinsky. In its most abstract form, she recalled in telling the story of the American Dance Festival in 1981. It struck her as a brilliant streak of red across a blue field. Looking at this canvas, she said, "I will dance to that."
Yeah.
Yeah.
This
And
is very interesting. Yeah, I'm sorry.
and it really is very interesting, but it parallels what you're about. And I think at the Yellow Barn, this is something that's really amazing, that we have this opportunity for our artists to be able to study with you. All right.
Yeah.
and that
Yeah.
they shouldn't take it for granted, because I honestly feel you offer a lot. And when we hired you to teach at the Yellow Barn, it was just for that. I mean, it's like we see that you can inspire students in a way that they wouldn't get in a normal painting program, especially
Yeah.
artists that can't dance.
Yeah.
There are a lot of painters that just can't. All right, so they might be able to dance with a brush, though. I think look at myself, and I've taken dance classes as well, and always wanted to try and dance well. But I think that one of the keys to my painting is the dance of the brush. So I think this is a key. So I feel you really bring a lot to our program, and I really want to promote you, and I want people to really think about taking classes with you, because honestly, they're going to really learn something that not only about painting, but also in dance, but also about themselves. So I think this is one of the things that's really important. So you teach.
Okay, only that, I'll add one thing to that you said before. I really love what you said about Martha Graham and Kandinsky, because she wanted to paint it, she wanted to dance this, what she saw on the Kandinsky painting, but also this really prove it and show it how the art permits, is like synesthesia, like dancing, theater, painting, music, sculpture, this everything permits together, because I know that Kandinsky used to paint the music he heard, like the composer Wagner. He used to listen him and he used to paint that. And I don't know that a lot of composers had a friendship with Kandinsky, and they said that they create music by looking at his painting, and he paint by listening the music. So I love what you said, and also she wanted to dance a painting. So everything is connected together. So I'm sorry I stopped you. Keep going.
No, I think it's exciting. I really think that this is what art is about. Okay, and I think that when you see where artists get their inspiration, they're getting it from a lot of different ways of thinking, and dance can really inspire painters as well. So I think that this is why we have you teaching for us. God, if everybody realizes how important this is, and that they all should, in a way, take your class. All right. So you teach dancing to people of different ages, and and a lot of retired people. So I know we're going to look at a short video of when you're working with those people, but a lot of our students are retired, and they may not think to dance anymore. All right. So maybe that kind of experience is going to maybe make them younger and feel young.
Yeah, of course.
I think that you have that. So what are you working on now? What is it that you're right now, what you're doing with your life, and that, besides teaching for us?
Right now I am writing new choreography, and I am working on big new project about turning painting into reality, into theater performance, into dance performance.
Yeah, well, I know that you have quite a range. It's not just that you're just dancing. So we're going to now share the screen, okay? And you can talk a little bit about we put together a little PowerPoint of your what examples of what you're doing, and maybe you can just speak up. We're going to start in the beginning. Let's do that. Let's go here, away from the current slide. This is your promotion that you put together, that we send out to try and get people to get involved in your classes at the Yellow Barn. And you have a number of classes coming up, don't you?
Yes. Next workshop we start 16th of October.
So people have time to sign up now, and then we have November 6th coming up, I think, right?
The next one?
Yeah.
this is the finish. We start from 16th of October and finish the last workshop
And
will be
finish.
6th of
So
November.
it's a number of sessions.
4 sessions.
Four
Yes, 4 sessions.
Okay, so that, and here you see it says learn to paint movement, from a world-renowned ballerina, which is so true, and the different styles that you would be focusing on, especially improvisation, gesture, speed, and rhythm. So people who take your class will also be able to maybe experience a little dance when they take your class, right?
Yes, yeah, we will do. They will move the bodies.
Okay.
Yes, they will dance. Yeah.
So this is for anybody who needs exercise, this is perfect. All right.
Yes, exactly.
Especially for artists who don't get to really bend very much, this will keep you limber. So it's sort of like a class. We might say we have yoga classes. Now we have dance classes for painters,
Exactly.
and we want this to become more and more popular as time goes on. So here you are, and this is how you're working.
Yeah.
You want to tell us anything about these? I'm going to let you talk now, and through each one of these slides. So
that was my first workshop. That was first lesson I did online, and actually that was day of my birthday. That was my 30th birthday, and I thought that, wow, this is the best gift for this birthday, because I started to teach in Yellow Barn. My class learned from a ballerina how to paint movement, because that was so great. I really like, because everything what is on that class is very close to my heart. It's everything what I like. So yeah, I've got the balloons on my birthday, you can see.
yeah,
And yeah, that was great.
yeah, you're such an inspiring and enthusiastic person. I mean, everybody listening to this interview is getting an idea of your personality and how easy you are, and how easy you are to work with, and how much you want from your students to learn. And I think that having you join us certainly makes quite a difference. So here you are. And I'll just give everybody an idea that you can dance. All right. This is pretty intense.
Thank
Yeah, here you are. Now you might speak to this because you spent a lot of years in the dance studio for sure.
Yeah, we artists, we are very sensitive people. That's why we need sometimes yoga to calm down, because we feel too much. And yeah, and you can see that I am like that also on this picture. For example, when I did dance, I have a lot of emotion to share.
Yeah, this is it. And I think trying to communicate that to a group of people, I think is especially painters, I think at first it might feel very awkward, but honestly, once you put yourself into it, just like you do your painting, you're going to get a lot out of it. So and then here you are making some movements.
Yes, that was jumping.
Yeah, this is where you're defying gravity,
During pandemic, yeah, that was during
pandemic. And then here's some this is sort of a synopsis of the I guess some of the things this is all you, right?
Yeah, this is all me. Some pictures are from the Brokat Dance Theater, my group. You can see my videos with this dance videos, art videos on my website, honorsa.com. And yeah, and also you can see that I like to mix a lot of different dance styles all together, and I like to sometimes not to call what I am dancing, just I like to create something without really thinking, oh, this is contemporary dance, this is musical dance. Every day can be something different, depends what story I want to tell.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And then here you are. Might speak to this one.
That was during classes, learn from a ballerina how to paint movement, and I pose as a ballerina because during a class, a student will have also a chance to draw a ballerina.
And a very beautiful model. So I think this is what everybody gets a chance to do. And being if she's in Poland or if she's in Florence, what's interesting is that you still can access her classes and you can work from her. And a lot of people do work now with Zoom from models. Okay. And then this is one of the students, all right? And this is what she said about Deborah's classes. She said, "Thank you for creating your exciting class. I like the concept of the class very much. I had been thinking about color and rhythm, but your slides shows our exercises and the music you choose for them. And lastly, your poses as a ballerina greatly increased my awareness of the intimacy of painting, color, rhythm, and dance. I had wanted to draw from a dancer for many years, and this class made me very happy. I will take another one of your classes, you know." And I think this is really very important, all right, because students are getting to experience and express themselves. And you know, what we have is we have a variety of ways of thinking about movement, which I think when you look at the way artists are handling the subject, all right, this is a great example of why you might want to, you know, if you want to make some breakthroughs in your work, you really want to experience movement, which, you know, in life, everything is moving. This is the class for you, all right? So here you are. You went to the Yellow Barn. These are Yellow Barn students, all right?
Yeah, exactly.
You might speak. There's my friend Doug in the middle. Okay, I just know
He was great.
yeah, he is. We go way back, so it's really fun to see these people, you know, really experiencing this. So you might speak about that night that you where you had these students do some movements.
Yeah, I came to a class of Gavin class, and I decided, hey, maybe we should dance a little bit, and that was easy. And I didn't have to ask them very long. That we started to dance, and also this video you could see on my YouTube channel, Honorata Perzanowska, and you could see how that looked like. That was short project for dedicated for Ukraine, called "We Won't Forget You," and there also is the information how we could help Ukraine, and yeah, that was a very beautiful experience.
Yeah, this is great. I know these people, so I, you know, that are in this photo. And honestly, I would have got there if I was there. I would have got up and danced as well. I mean, it's that much fun. All right.
Yeah, and you know what? I love to watch people when they dance, because I work with the very little kids, like very, very little, with the teenagers, with the adults, which are professionals, and I work also with the people which are retired, and I work with the professionals and people which are not doing this professionally, they not dance professionally, but I love to watch how that people dance if they like to doing that.
Mhm.
I love to watch it. This is something, dancing is beautiful.
Yes, it
Very
is.
inspiring for me to watch it.
Yeah, it's really great. And then this is you speak. This must be one of your performances.
Yes, this is from my dance school. I started to teach dance classes around 16 years ago. And this is a little bit what I was talking about before. Like, I like to not focus on the dance style. I like to create a story and not think really, oh, this is the video clip dance, and now I do 2 minutes performance only about the video clip dance. I want to not think about all of these rules. And this story was like Magic Forest. We created a story about a girl which came to the forest because she wanted to play in the woods. She wanted to climb on the trees. I don't know from where I know that story about a little girl which liked to climb on the trees, and she wanted to see maybe some animals. Maybe she wanted to see flowers, find new paths, use imagination, like little kids which have a lot of imagination. And then she forget and she didn't listen what all adults tell to kids. You can go out, but remember to come back before it will get dark. And she forgot about this and she got lost. And that was Magic Forest, which she couldn't get out. But there's also, you could see on my YouTube channel as well, because that was performance on one of my shows.
Yeah, so this is quite interesting, and I think when we look at you can see how inspiring this is, and it almost goes back to the story you told about your father in some
Yeah,
respects, the
yeah,
in the garden,
yeah, exactly, exactly.
it's interesting. So then here's some more.
Yeah, this is also my students. In every half year, in every couple months, I organize a show. In every show, I show with my students like 12 maybe or 15 dance etudes. Every dance etude is a different story, different performance that could be 3 or 4 minutes. And this etude was called All Children Are Artists because I love to work also with the kids because they are so creative. They just do whatever they want and they can really create. They are the best choreographers, and that was that etude about.
Yeah, people watching this video again are getting an understanding of who you are, and honestly, they see how much you love teaching. All right.
Yeah.
And this is one of the things that we want at the Yellow Barn, and it's been the strength of the Yellow Barn is the quality of not only the artist but also the teacher, and you come across very strongly here. And I think these are some other performances.
Yeah, this is Broca Dance Theater. This is the dancers I invited to present my idea, Playground, that was play on the ground. And you could see that on my website also. This is how to say that in English. That was about the souls. We are as souls, which are trying to show a new bodies to come in and live. And this video is also connected with the tree, so we could see that how life is going in the circle. Everything have beginning, everything have the end, and life is going in the circle like we on this playground, on this carousel. So this is very sophisticated and very interesting video. One of my favorite, very beautiful. I love
And
that.
you said you have that up on your YouTube channel,
On my YouTube channel, Honorata Perzanowska, and also my website, honorsa.com.
And for anybody that wants to see it on her website, it's HONOSA.com.
Yes.
Yes. So just keep in mind. All right. Okay. So then this performance is something we're going to watch here in a few minutes.
Yes. Yeah. This is from Sweet Dreams performance, which are that the retired people were involved in that dance performance. That was amazing.
And
That's really great. I love that.
Yeah, see, and you love working with all ages. So
Yes, yes, yeah. I love to work with the people which like to dance.
Yeah.
Everybody.
And you can see that.
And they look like they love to dance, right?
This group does. They're getting up on the tables to dance. All right.
Yeah.
And then this.
This is here is me in Florence in a museum Uffizi. If you are visiting Florence, you have to go to Uffizi. I don't want to hear anything different than that. You have to go there. And if you live there and you are not going to Uffizi, that's really bad. So this is the most beautiful museum I ever went to. It's very, very beautiful.
It's amazing. And here you are in front of David.
Galleria Academia in Florence. Yeah, that was original David, but yeah.
And then this is in Washington, D.C.
Philip's collection. Yes, Mark Rothko. Yeah.
So you've gotten around quite a bit. I mean, being in Poland, growing up as a young girl, and now being able to travel the world is quite good, and seeing different perspectives. And your blend into our faculty, says a lot because, it just speaks of you as an international artist, So, and then here you are in front of the Botticelli.
Botticelli, yes. This is the same Uffizi in Florence. This is a gigantic painting. Here you cannot see. Here is the Koenig. Yeah.
Yeah, this is, and these are, it shows a lot about how much you appreciate painting. And I think, and the range of painting, which I think is the same way with the music. You just can't be stuck in one tune. You know, there's quite a bit of variety in the way people, artists think. So I think
Yeah.
that it's important. This is a de Kooning. I inserted this because I wanted people to understand that de Kooning is one of the artists who's he's dead. He's been dead 40 years. All right. And what's interesting is his paintings are still moving. And like dance, they really don't, there's a performance there. And I know that a dance comes to an end, but I think most dancers don't want the dance to come to an end. I mean,
No, it's another dancing.
yeah, I mean, this is it. I want everybody to understand this. I think that when we look at art, there are artists who finish paintings. I'm giving a lecture this week, or actually this month, on how to start and how to finish paintings. But honestly, when you look at de Kooning, if you're a dancer, you're getting the most out of the dance. You don't want the dance to end, And I think that this is what we see with de Kooning. And I feel I always enjoy his work for that reason, but he's one of the artists that definitely brings that kind of movement. And, the interpretation of that movement isn't interpreted as being just a picture, I mean, it is a performance. And I think that we get that from the de Kooning. So here you are. This is, I think, our last slide. So you might speak to this one. You sort of touched on some of these examples earlier.
Yeah, right. Here is Mark Rothko, which I really, really like. I tried to recreate that painting also by myself. Here is me that was in also Lady with the Ermine in Krakow. And but I didn't pose with that was with the poster. We couldn't do a picture in the room with the real painting. And from Mona Lisa, oh, I really would like to see it. She's in Louvre in France. I never saw it. I know Leonardo da Vinci, he did 3 portraits from what I know. And I really, really love his portraits, really, really love. And I would like to see, I saw 2. I didn't see only Mona Lisa, and I really would like to see it. I think his portraits are really magical. I love it. And here is some kind of my art performance also with the paint. Yeah.
Yeah, I like the one with the paint. All right. This is
Yeah.
I mean, if anybody's going to have fun, this is the way to have it. All right.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't change. I'm still like a 5-year-old.
Yeah, exactly. And so much fun. Well,
Yeah.
I think that this is the end of the presentation. I want to just sum up some things from my point of view. It's been a pleasure talking to you and having you teach at the Yellow Barn. I mean, it really is, we want to continue this, and we really want this class to become more and more popular. And, this video is intended to get people to just come to get to know you. I think you did a really great job. All right. I know you were worried a little bit, but honestly, you really did a super job. The thing that I will say now, would you like to add a few words before we end?
Yes. I would like to say that what students will get from it, the students will, on this class, they will learn how to express better what story they want to tell and how to tell it so people will understand it better, and students will learn how to organize a space around yourself and how to feel a space around. First in the room, while they are move the body while they dance, and later on your painting. It's like, what do you want audience to focus on your painting? You have some main object and you have something on the background, and maybe they are interact with each other, or maybe you will create feeling by making contrast between this contrast on the speed of this object. Somebody here is very slow and somebody here is very fast, and maybe this is exciting. Or maybe you will create a feeling by making contrast about the colors. So the students will learn how to feel the painting they're working on, because on this class they will see how much painting is like a dance performance. It's like a stage for dance, and painters have to make the same decisions like choreographers. like which color I will use, what kind of shape that will be, what would be a rhythm, or what kind of gesture that will be. It's all the same rules. And you want to tell a story, and you want people to understand this story. And the students will also learn how to trust their intuition, because I think it exists a lot of techniques how to be a better painter, how to be a better dancer, how to be a better artist, but nobody can really tell you how to be a great painter or great dancer or great artist, because this you have to find in yourself. And I think that's why it's nice to do sometimes improvisation, like movement improvisation, for example, and explore a little bit to get to know yourself. And I think improvisation works not only in the art field, but also even in the science. Like I will talk about Isaac Newton a little bit on one of my lectures. And this is the guy which became a source for us right now about the colors. Now we know how they work and how is that possible we see them. And what he did observation, then experiment, and then repeat, and observation, experiment, and repeat, and that all the time. And about the artists, for example, it's very, I think everybody have to find their own way, and this class could help you with that by making our interactive exercises. For example, I would like to mention Mark Rothko. He was very original, because his main subject was a color, and he worked on painting in very big sizes, and he wanted people to watch his paintings very close, because when he said that when he paint, he listened Beethoven, he likes to listen his music, and when he hear that, he hear that immediately in the whole head, and he wanted make the same impression about his paintings. Like when people see this painting, they are overwhelmed by that, and he wanted that. That was his way. What that was his idea. Or other like Mark Turner. He wanted to paint a sea and a storm, and he came to the ship and he asked captain if he could tie him up on the mast, so he could see the sea, he could see how it feels to be on that sea, and he could feel it, and later he could paint it. So if you would like to, for example, paint a ballerina, maybe first you could try to dance, so you could feel how it is to be a dancer.
And then they will get to paint you dancing.
Yes.
Yeah, see, and that's it. That's it. I think that, and it lends itself to being an abstract thinker. I think you can't possibly for people that are going to take this class. I mean, it's all about movement, so it's not necessarily about painting things that are still. And I think that this is one of the keys as well to understanding, the dimension of movement. Well, with that, I'll tell you what, this has been great. You've done a great job. I'm hoping that everyone who's listening to this video will take the time to think about themselves as artists and what they need to be able to bring to their work something unique. And I think you're the kind of person that's going to be able to bring that out of them. So with that, I'm going to say thank you so much. And to the audience, thank you. Thank you for listening to this video, and hopefully we'll see you again. So with that, I'm going to say goodbye. And good night, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.